So I've been building in Willow Creek for the past, well, probably like 24 hours to be honest. I just started this area last night. And I know I said I was going to avoid doing stuff in the base game worlds, but stuff happens. And, you know, sometimes you're on Pinterest and you get inspired by photos and then you go and you build in the worlds that you said you weren't going to build in because you were kind of burnt out by them. But yeah, well, here we are. So basically I've just been kind of building up this area in Willow Creek. It's like that like main kind of city area, or like the town strip kind of thing that is over here. I haven't done anything on this side. As you can see, it's just like blank because I took out some assets and stuff from the game, so like some debug stuff isn't in the world obviously as it usually is, so it looks a little bit different. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of playing around, seeing what I like and what sticks basically. And I am kind of trying to build a little bit of a save that doesn't use a whole bunch of CC, which I think I mentioned in the Windenburg video, because in Winterberg I was trying to do that kind of thing where, you know, it was like limited amount of CC just so it wasn't like blank lots every time I tried to load into it when I have to like clean out my mods and CC folder, because that happens very often in this game. So yeah, this is basically what I've been working on. It's supposed to be a cafe and bookshop. So I have like this cafe over here obviously, and then this is the bookshop that I put down. Yeah, I was kind of working on this last night and it was like 3 a.m. so I was like, okay, let me like go to sleep and I'll come back to this tomorrow. But yeah, so I've just been working on this area. I think I'm gonna put a texture on this roof just because I feel like it needs some, yeah, just needs something else. Also, maybe I should put some roof decorations on here, like this little guy and maybe an AC unit or something, this little thing, or HVAC or whatever it's called. Yeah, I've just kind of been playing around in here. I know that a lot of people are doing forever saves, and it makes sense to do that, especially with the amount of things that keep coming out, and like packs and stuff like that and worlds. I think it's just nice to have something you can always go back to, especially with honestly the bugs and the glitches that are happening. Yeah, I think it would just make sense to have one save where you have everything and you can always go back to, you know, that it like functions and works and stuff like that. But yeah, this is what the inside of this cafe has looked like so far. Yeah, I did have like this originally on this wall over here, and then I thought the spacing would be better if I put it against this wall right here. This is just like the bathroom area on this side. But I don't know if I should switch this around to being on this side like I had it before or not. But I just had like menus and stuff up here, and obviously they can enter to go and work in this area on this side. So that's how it's set up at the moment. I don't hate it, but I feel like something's off, you know? But yeah, I don't know. Also kind of wanted like a cozy kind of area with like a fireplace or something. I know it's kind of like bougie. I don't feel like most cafes have that. But I have been to some that do have a fireplace and like a seating area with sofas and stuff like that. So I was thinking about doing something like that here. But this is also like 2 lots because obviously I have the bookstore next door, and I put this like seating area with a fireplace in here because it's not like a library, it's a bookstore. So I have this little like kiosk thing that's by Around the Sims 4, and apparently it is functional to buy books from. So if your sim needs to like get a skill up or something and you need them to get a book, then you can come to the bookstore and buy it from this kiosk. So I have that in here, so it is like functional as a bookstore. And then I have like, you know, some books out. I think I might put another table in here with more books on it. I feel like it needs, I don't know, I feel like it feels a little bit empty, so I feel like I have to put something. I also don't like this kind of bare area above the bookshelves, so I want to put something up there, but I don't know what I would put up there. Like I was thinking art or something, or maybe, I don't know, sconces or something like that. It's kind of hard to find landscape art, as in like ones that are in a landscape, you know, size instead of a portrait, especially like on the gallery. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to find something like that, but that's what I think I should put up here, but I'm not really sure. Whenever I have like longer walls like this, or taller walls, and I have like this free space above them, I never know what to do with it, which is why I don't really love building with taller walls. But sometimes it just suits the exterior to have taller walls, so I don't really have a choice. Yeah, like I could put like these kind of things up here, and maybe they're supposed to be like, I don't know, book covers or advertisements or something like that. That came with the cozy book kit or whatever, so these could be like book covers for stuff. I was thinking that's what could be up there, but I don't know, does that look weird or is it fine? I also think I need to do another table here. I do think that this looks a little bit too blank, so I might put something over here. Like maybe I'll have like 1, 2, 3 tables here, or I could switch this around and then have like a longer line of tables like this, like put them together. Because maybe that makes sense. I could make it, I'm just gonna throw that there for a second. I could make it so it's like 2 on each side. So there's 4 tables, and then that'll take up a bit more space. Maybe that'll make it feel better. Because I know a lot of bookstores have like kind of table displays set up where you just like look at the books on display there instead of like on the shelf. So I was thinking of doing, maybe that looks better. Does that look better? I don't know. I think, yeah, and then, you know, Sims would be browsing books here and then looking at the stuff here. And obviously, like, because this is attached to a cafe lot, every time I do a bookstore and a cafe on one lot together, Sims will like go to the cafe and grab a croissant or like a coffee or something, and then they'll like grab books and stuff like that and sit and read. So I like the idea of them doing that, and they usually do that when I build these lots. So this won't just be like sitting here as like a nothing store, because sometimes when you build multi-lots, that tends to happen where it's just like one side of the lot doesn't end up getting used. So I know that they will use it because I've tried it in the past. I was also thinking this area, when I first placed it down, I just like pictured maybe like a book group or something coming here on the weekends or something, or maybe like it's like a mom's book group, and like after their kids are like dropped off at school, they come here and they talk about like murder mystery books or something like that. So I was thinking some kind of like book club or something comes and meets in here. I thought that would be kind of fun. I was thinking also that this area, like these 2 spaces right here, look kind of blank. I guess I could put more displays. Maybe an actual display though. like the ones that came with Get to Work, just because I think they're a bit narrower, like this one. That makes sense because it's near the door, so it's not as obtrusive. So I could put 2 displays there and then have books on there. And if you're looking for like these display kind of books while you're building, if you have Better Build By, you can just filter the content to debug and then they'll pop up. And so it just makes it really handy if that is what you're looking for. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put some books here on the shelving so it looks like they're on display here. Also, I hate the slots of the stuff that came with Get to Work. I don't know why they made, I don't know, I think the slots on some of the items are kind of weird. I guess this one's not that bad, but sometimes they're really strange and they don't sit properly on them. This one's okay, I guess. We can do that. Should we change the color of this from black? Just to make it stand out a bit more. I know we have like this kind of wood kind of thing going on, so maybe a wood like that, or should I make it white maybe? Just to bring some other color in there. Not color, but you know. I might make it white. Which swatch was it? This one. Yeah, I might do that. Maybe we'll have like kids' books or something near the front. I'll put some of these down. And this one and that one. Yeah, we'll do like some kids' books over here. Yeah, okay. I put this shelf here because I was thinking maybe it's like a shelf for the person who works here. Like just, I don't know, decoration, I guess. I don't know if I should keep it here though. I think it's fine. It's kind of got this like industrial vibe that I wasn't expecting to go for, but I don't hate it. Yeah. I also don't love the spacing on this wall with the bookshelves and the fireplace. I kind of want to shuffle it around a bit. Maybe make these smaller just so I can place them closer together. Okay, I'm gonna have to place it like that. I might have to take the sconces away. Maybe I should have a hanging light in here, like above this area. Maybe I'll do that. Just gonna grab another shelf. Don't really fit on this wall that well though. I think I do like more shelving there. Does it matter if they're kind of inside like that? Does it matter? I know some people will care about that, but I don't know if I care enough. I think it's fine. And we have the fire thing over here. I think we do need a hanging light in here. I'm gonna put the spotlights this way maybe, and then have a light over top of this area. What kind of light do we want to go for? Maybe this one? Maybe this one? I don't hate that. Could do that one. Should we do... I feel like the color in here is a little... I'm gonna change the temperature. Slightly warmer. You know me. I love warm colors. Okay. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, and then we're gonna need to clutter the shelf up. I'm gonna put another sign. Maybe on this table. Maybe a little bit crooked. And we're gonna do... I was also thinking maybe this shouldn't be a window. But I don't know if it's gonna look weird from the outside. If I just like don't have a window there. It's not terrible, I guess. I mean, I kind of like it with the window. I don't know. Gonna move this closer. Maybe instead of this shelf, I should have something shorter at the back there. Also, wait a second, I just thought of something. I got that Retail Therapy. Yeah, it's called Retail Therapy by SYB. And oh, I don't have custom content turned on. 1 second. And they have this little like wrapping station, which is really cute. So maybe like they do wrappings for the books if it's like a gift or something. So maybe I'll put that behind the counter. I'm going to shuffle this a little bit forward. And yeah. I'll shuffle this a bit. And then maybe they'll do like book wrappings and stuff here for customers. I think there's another shelf. Is it the same height? Yeah, it is. I mean, the bars kind of go up higher, but is this one? Why are all of them different heights? I just wanted one that where the bars are like the same height. Well, it's a little bit shorter, but that's fine. Because I don't think they have one that is the same. So we're just gonna leave that. I'm gonna put some boxes under here. Yeah, we're gonna change the color of this because we have a bit more muted colors in this shop. Do I want to go for black? I think the white's kind of bright. I would go for like a wood tone, but I don't think there's any in here that are kind of vibing. Like if I went with this one, it's not too far off, I guess, from the wood that's over here, but the front desk looks kind of strange. And this front desk doesn't really come in a whole lot of options. I mean, I guess I could do that. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of an ugly swatch. I guess I could replace the counter with something else as well. Maybe I'll find a different one. I could just use like a regular kitchen counter and go for that. It's just the top. Oh, this one has a darker top. I guess I could do something like that. Also this one, which does come with the Get to Work pack, that I could use. Or if I want to keep the industrial one, it comes in more colors than the actual counters. Maybe I'll do that one. Let me just get this stuff on here so I don't lose the clutter that I put on here. Okay, so if we put this for the front desk, then I can use it like this. I think it's going to be slightly shorter, unless I put what's it called, like the end caps or whatever. Oh, but they come with, well, that one's fine because it's just boxes, but I think the other end of this comes with like actual kitchen stuff. Does it? Yeah, it's like pots and pans. So I don't really want to use that. I don't know if I could get away with putting both on there. Because they're supposed to go on this end. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe we'll just do that. Because that's about the... I think it's slightly longer, but it's about the length of the one I had there before. So maybe it's fine. It does make this a bit longer. Maybe I'll put the kiosk on this side to check out a book or buy a book or whatever. Yeah, and then the wrappings there. I think I need like something to divide this space. I don't know, like a divider of some kind, right? I just don't know, because of how close this is to the door when you enter. I don't know if like putting a divider up is going to make this space look really cramped, because right now it's very open, which I kind of like, unless I get that little divider I put in here. This like iron divider, it's an iron porch column, is by Wolf Dreamer. They have a YouTube channel, so if you want to check them out, definitely do that. And they also made this CC pack. I think it's called like the 1998 nostalgic house pack, I think, or something. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I'm gonna get the name, so I'm like, it's called the Fall 1998 Exterior CC Set, and that's by Wolf Dreamer Sims on Tumblr. Well, it's Wolf X Dreamer Sims if you're gonna type it out. But yeah, I really like this set, and I just like putting them. It gives like 90s 2000s vibes to any build. Like, I feel like these kind of columns were like in bars, cafes, obviously like actual homes in residential areas. But I just like the way, I don't know, I just like the way it feels. I just like the way it feels. So I kind of want to put it in here, but I also don't know if it goes with the vibe of this thing. I like it in this cafe because I think it goes with the vibe, but does it go with the vibe in here? Because it's very like industrial kind of vibes in this shop. I don't know. I also put it in the other shop. I have like I put like a clothing boutique thing over here, and I put it in there as well. So I'm just kind of using this everywhere, but I just really like the way it looks. Maybe we also need a plant in between here. Yeah, maybe some kind of plant. I'm trying not to use a lot of CC, and it's really hard for me because yeah, I don't love a lot of items in game. They're not all terrible, but I don't tend to gravitate to a lot of stuff in the game. So I'm trying my best. I just don't want to have to like replace items a lot. Although if you're making a forever save and you're using CC, you should probably just like save that mods folder that you're building with and just have it labeled as the save file name. So like, I don't know, this save file was called wow, every single thought left my head. I don't know, Pine Creek or something, or like Creek Drive. I don't know. But if you're like making a save file name and then you're using mods and CC for that save, then you would just name that mods folder blank save mods and CC, and then just like save that, so every single time that you want to use that save, you know exactly what CC you're supposed to use in it, because I think that obviously makes the most sense. So yeah, it shouldn't be hard if you're not sharing it to just have that, because I know there's a whole thing with you know, if you're making an entire save, that's kind of like a lot, which is why I'm kind of hesitant. When I was trying to like do the first save file, I made like a whole Google document sheet of everything I was using, and that took so long to make. So I understand why some people that make save files that are using CC just are like, yeah, I'm not gonna upload this because it's just gonna be so much. Like, it really is a lot and it takes forever to compile that list. So I definitely understand why. I feel like this kiosk thing is too close to the exit. Right? Doesn't that look like it's too close to the exit? Maybe it's not. I'm just tripping. I don't know. Because, like, if someone walked in and they were looking at these books, this would be, like, kind of behind them, and then they're, like, really close to the front counter. I feel like I need a wall here. I don't know. I feel like I need some kind of designated space. This can still be over here. Should I make this a different color or just keep the black brick kind of thing? Because it is like, I guess it'd be like a wall panel or something, so maybe it should be something different. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about that right now. It's always the wallpaper that gets me. Every single time building, it's always the darn wallpaper. I never know what to use on the walls. I do think it should be wood, maybe. Like, that's fine, I think. I think we have, no, I think that is the lighter brown. Yeah, I think this is the lightest one. Obviously now the windows are messed up, but this does come in different sizes, so I could put the other ones down instead. This way. Maybe we'll put this window on the side. Like that. And then could do that. It might look weird from the outside, but I guess I could just put the benches kind of like that, so maybe it looks a little less weird. Also, I could put these guys here, so maybe it kind of takes up that space and looks a little less strange. I don't know. I've been feeling recently like my community lots, like on the outside of them, kind of look weird sometimes because I never know what to do with the back portion of it, and so now I'm kind of insecure about it. I'm like, I don't know what to put back there, especially when there's just like wilderness on the lot, like off the back of the lot. Like in this area it makes more sense just because there's like this walkway here, to like make it more open like this where people could sit or whatever. But usually I would just like block this off with a fence and it would just be like dumpsters and stuff. But I feel inclined, because there's this walkway back here, to put like an actual space where people can do stuff. I just don't know like what to put back here ever. Like, I just struggle with that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do back there. I just put like on this lot, which is like that clothing boutique, I just put like benches here, and then there's like a dumpster kind of space. It's kind of random. I really don't know what to do. I'm really struggling with that recently. Like, I don't know what to put. I put like this kind of like trees lining, which I thought looked nice. I'm still not sure about the way this looks though. I don't think it's like abhorrent, but it's not great, and the bushes are sticking out on that side, but that's a problem for later me. I think this maybe looks better now that this is kind of divided off. instead of just having the window there. I think it just looks more official. And like it's a space that's supposed to be used like that. I might just kind of put that in there as some more storage. Yeah, I think so. I'm also gonna put this little thing over there. Yeah, okay. I think that's fine. So they have this kind of area at the front that I think looks more official looking. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh yeah, I was doing these books here. Okay, so now that, let me just save really quick because I've been having a lot of crashing issues. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. It's extremely annoying. It happens whether I'm in CAS or build or live mode. It's just crashing all the time. And it was doing it before I updated my game. I literally updated my game because I thought maybe the reason why it was crashing so much is because I hadn't updated it. Only to update it, and then it just continued crashing. So I don't know what is going on with that. If anyone else is having crashing, let me know. I know I was watching Miss Lollipop Sims, and she was saying that she is also experiencing a lot of crashing. So maybe it's just the game being the game. I don't know, but it wasn't doing that before, so I'm kind of stressed out about it because every time I do anything, I'm like, it's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. Yeah. So that's super fun to worry about. This is what I'm saying about like I mean, this isn't from Get to Work, but just some of the surfaces and the slots and stuff are weird. Is there any more that are on the stands, or is that it? Oh, I guess that's it for the ones on the stands. I'm just gonna put, there's gonna be multiple stuff, but it is what it is. Okay, and then maybe I'll do the books that are laying on the table over here. I'll just kind of move the table just so it's easier to get them on here. Just spread them out, because I've seen that kind of thing at some bookstores where they'll just have the books kind of spread out on the table, and you just look for the copy that you want. Sometimes they're piled, but to be honest, that's like way too much work, so I'm not gonna do that. Trying to tool everything so that they're like all piled on each other would be crazy. I'm not doing that, but I mean, if you really wanted to, you could. There's some skill books, I guess. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just kind of placing stuff down. Hello? Okay then. That can't be placed down for some reason. And then I'll just throw that back there. So there's some on there as well. I think that's fine. I think it looks bookstore-ish. It was very, very extremely loosely inspired by a Pinterest photo I saw of a bookstore. It had like tables like this in the middle. So I don't think it's like unrealistic to have this, just because I looked at that photo. It also, I guess, just depends on where you live, but yeah, I think that's good. This cute little bookstore, and they all sit around here and they talk about the books they're reading. I don't know. I really like that idea of the book club, the mom book club that reads like murder mysteries and stuff. I think that's fun. I don't tend to use the club function that much, which is kind of crazy because I think it's probably one of the better functions for gameplay that we've gotten. So I should probably, you know, try using that more. No, I'm just gonna center it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do for this bookshop. I don't want to do too much. I'm still debating because this has the fireplace in the bookstore, obviously, that's right next door. So that's why I was kind of debating whether I should bother putting one in here. Or just leaving it like this, where it's just like a sitting, you just have like tables as a sitting area. Because I think that's fine. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave it. If I want to change it, I can come back to it, I guess. Now the dreaded outside. The absolutely dreaded outside that I never know what to do with. I never know what to do with these buildings. I know in like the original ones, they kind of did, like the ones that are here by Maxis or like EA or whatever. They have they did like this kind of thing where it's like it was fenced off and there's like places to sit. I don't know if places do that in real life because I don't think I've been somewhere where they have that outside the back personally, but if they built it, and then maybe that is something that they have going on at some places. Because I would just do like a chain link fence and put dumpsters back here and call it a day, but because this is like a walkway, I would kind of like it to look a bit nicer than that. But I also think like if these two shops are right next to each other, they'll have their own garbage. So I would think that they would have their own dumpsters. But when I did this back area, I put them like on one side and then put a fence there. I'm probably going to redo this honestly because I don't really like it that much. But I just don't know what to do, man. Like, I don't know what they put back here. Should I make this open? We don't have any gates also for a lot of the base game fences, which is really annoying. Like this doesn't have a gate for it. So I can't really... That's why I've just been kind of like opening it, like just leaving it open. I did that over here as well because there's no gate for it. So I don't really know what else to do. Maybe some trash. But I don't want it too trashed up. Maybe just a little bit. Like maybe raccoons got in there, you know? But I don't want to do too much. And then we do this back here just to kind of divvy it up. And then I put green space on that other one. I also built this one lot in like a different save because I'm a maniac and I keep making saves for some reason. But I did like a cafe and then I had a like skating rink on the side, and I thought that was a cute idea, especially for like winter time. So your Sims could go and get something to eat and drink, and then they would be able to go and skate and be like a cozy winter kind of thing. Yeah, I just like the way it turned out, that one build. Maybe I'll do a tour or something of it, but so yeah, I thought about that. Should I divvy it up like this? Where it's like each side has its own thing. The thing is, like, why would they have this open? Okay, it's either I put the dumpsters at the back of the building or I put it at the side of the building, right? Because if I put it on the side, then it leaves the space back here to not just have like dumpsters there, which I think the dumpsters are really what's throwing me off. Because then it's like, why would you want to hang out back there if there's stinky dumpsters? So maybe that's what I do. maybe that's the solution, is I put the dumpsters on the side and then I do some kind of green space at the back. The thing is, what kind of green space would be back here? You know? Like, I don't know what they would put back here if it's just like shops. For the cafe, like maybe they would put seating, but they also don't have, well, actually no, there is this back door here. Like in the cafe, there's this like exit door. So I guess I could put seating back here and it wouldn't not make sense to put it back here. I guess I could do that. I want to put this somewhere else. I hate the way this thing looks, to be honest. I'm gonna hide it in this vent, so it's still there, but it just, you can't see it. Maybe I should just start grabbing some like nature stuff and then I can figure out what I want to do. Like if I plant some bushes over here and clutter it up a little bit, maybe I'll feel better about it. Sometimes, you know, it's just one of those trust the process kind of things. Because there's a lot of times where I build something, I'm like, I'm just gonna bulldoze this. This looks terrible. And then I just keep going, and then it turns out okay, and I'm like, oh, I guess I just had to trust the process. So sometimes it's just what you gotta do, you know? Maybe I should use those little, like, these thingies to kind of divide up the space a little bit. I can put one here. I'll just move where this is open. And put them on the sides. Because I want it to look like, you know, an intentional space, because otherwise it's kind of weird. Yeah. And then maybe we do carry on this kind of paving on the inside. So there's some grass there, and then we can put trees back here. And maybe the trees will make me feel better about the way it looks. Because trees always make me feel better, you know? Oh my goodness, I thought my game was going to crash right then. Let me save again, just in case. Because I really have been having so many crashing issues ever since the new pack came out. So now it's just kind of scary every time it just slightly lags for just a second. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to crash. Put a tree back here. Also, I know that I was saying that I was going to upload those trees I made. I still want to do that. I've made so many different versions of them because my brain likes to get attached to things and then is like, that's not good enough. And then I need to like redo it 80 million times. So I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully they will be up soon. I just keep making different iterations of them and then making them fade or no fade trees, and if you don't know what that means, it just means whether they fade away when you zoom out or not. Like this one, I made a no fade tree, so when you zoom in you still see it. And I've been messing around with bark texture and leaves and stuff, and I'm like some versions and then dislike some versions. Like I don't know if I'm really loving this one, so I want to like redo it. So it's just taking a second. I'm really sorry about that. I'm sure some people are like, where the heck are these trees she's been talking about for the past couple months? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I am just very indecisive and it keeps creeping into things that I do for the channel. So I apologize. Hopefully I will figure it out and have some kind of download for you guys soon. Is this okay? And then, I don't know, put benches out here or something? Like, I don't know what to put out the back. Obviously, this is accessible from the cafe door, so maybe, like... Do I put more seating back here, maybe? Do I use the same stuff I used out the front? Out the back? Maybe not that close to the door. But there could be like a back area. I kind of just want to make this part grass, because I don't think the bookstore uses this space. So I kind of want to divvy it up. Or does that look weird? Because we could have these tables back here. And I can kind of section this off so it doesn't look as weird with that low fence. Where is it? This one? I can kind of, oops. I can do this, so maybe it doesn't look as strange. And then there's like this area for them to walk through. And then maybe just put like picnic benches or something on this side. I don't know, maybe you want to read back here or something. I could do that. I don't know what I would use for it though. I don't know what benches to use. Maybe these ones. If you want to read back here, you could. Is that weird? I don't know, man. I'm really struggling with outdoor spaces recently. Maybe if I put some grass and like terrain paint, I'll feel less weird about it. Because I'm not too sure. Some over here on the edges, near the wall. Maybe a little bit lower. It looks like kind of overgrown. Put some little grass tufts around. Maybe on this side. Yeah, maybe that. Just stuff along the fence here. Maybe I should put like a light back here too. Probably. If there's like a sitting area, I should probably put a light back here. Oh, I didn't notice that plant was coming through the wall. Just put that in there. Grab this light. This can go back here. And then this side, I think I used the black swatch of this. Use the black light over there. I think this could be sized down. Maybe we'll put 2. Put 2 down. And maybe I'll put that, just for like activity's sake, that like art kind of wall thing that you can do in City Living. Where is that? Where is it? This one. So they can like do art back here, and that'll kind of fill up that wall space a bit more. Move this over just a little bit. Just know there's just like, I don't know, an outdoor area if you wanted to hang out the back. I don't know, man. I don't think we can change the color of this tape. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a sim come back here and like make that up, and then I'll feel a bit better about the way it looks. It'll like take up some visual space. I'm gonna just kind of terrain paint a little bit just so it looks like it's, you know, lived in a little bit. Maybe some like kind of dead kind of grass a little bit, just where people go and like sit. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll do that. I don't like how close these are. I'm just gonna like move it a little bit. Okay, is that terrible? I don't think it's the worst. I don't know what to do. I think that's okay. Yeah, maybe that's okay. I think that's where I'm gonna leave this build. I'll show you guys the boutique over here that I built. Might as well, we're already here, you know. I'm just making this like a strip of stores. I kind of want to put that like Sims 3 bistro, the little Corsican bistro thing over here. I built like different versions of it over time. But I keep making different iterations because I can't nail down the way I would like the interior of that bistro to look. So I keep making different versions of it and then not being satisfied with it. So maybe I can finally figure out a way that I like the floor plan and the interior design to be laid out that yeah, maybe I can find a way to design it that I like, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so this is the boutique. I think I also put, okay, so you know in, what's it called? Get Famous? How we have those like facade kind of buildings. It's supposed to be for like a stage, obviously, like a sound stage, for the actor career. I just put that on here so that now it looks like a shop, but I didn't have to like do anything on the outside. Yeah, I don't know. I've never done that before, but I saw it in debug and I was like, what if I just like made that a shop front? Because it is a shop front, and just like smacked it on just like the building outside. And so that's what I did, just to make up some space there. But I think that kind of turned out well. It turned out better than I thought it was gonna turn out, to be honest. Yeah, then I put like these like, you know, plants and stuff out here. Obviously this back here, which I kind of hate, and I'm probably gonna redo. And I think I'm also gonna do the same thing with the roofs over here. And yeah, so this is the boutique. I named it Serafina's Boutique because I thought maybe that's what this says. So that's what I called it. And if we go inside, it's kind of dark in here for some reason. Maybe I need to do more lights. I think maybe I need to put more lights in here. Or maybe it's just the temperature of these lights. I think it needs more lighting. I might put some spotlights in here, like in between, because I think it needs a little bit more. Yeah. Anywho, this is the boutique. It's supposed to be like a vintage kind of boutique, so they like, you know, get different, they source different clothing and stuff like that, and they like resell it here maybe, or you know, it's like archival stuff. I don't know, it's a boutique, okay? So yeah, I put that in here, and then I put these dressing rooms, and these are by Sharisi, and they're like, I think they're just basically the closets from Get to Work, but they're kind of like re-skinned to look like changing rooms, except they look kind of strange. They look very dark when they're in the wall. I guess I could do that. Maybe that looks better. They're kind of, I don't know. It looks really like dark for some reason, the lighting when it's in the wall. But I think they're supposed to be in the wall, but maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. But yeah, they're like little changing rooms. So I have changing rooms back here and they're functional so your Sims can go and change in there. And then, yeah, I just wanted it to look like a store that like some person in the town runs. And they just like collect stuff over time and then like sell it here. So that's what this idea was. And I have some mannequins here that I was gonna put outfits on so when Sims come in and shop they can try on outfits and stuff like that. Because I don't know if this is a retail lot, I don't know if your Sims will actually, if Sims who visit the lot will do that like animation where they search through the clothing racks from high school years. I don't know if they do that unless it's actually classified as a like thrift store, because that's where these racks are usually supposed to go in, is like that boba slash thrifty shop. So I'm not really sure if they're going to be functional if it's set as a retail lot. I have to test that out. So I don't know. It's subject to change. If I do have to change it to a retail store, then I might have to actually renovate this area and take the facade off, because then that's going to have to be like a boba store of some kind for it to function. But this is just what I have at the moment. I just wanted it to look very like small town boutique that someone like bought and renovated into their little place where they sell stuff. So that's what this is. Yeah, and I also put like the wrapping thing in here because I think they wrap clothing and stuff and shoes or whatever you buy as like gifts and stuff for people. So yeah, that is what is happening in this boutique, but that could have to change, or at least this side would have to change into a boba shop if it's not completely functional as retail. So I'm gonna have to see if that works, because I do want them to go in and like look like they're shopping and like browsing the racks. So yeah, anyways, I think that's gonna be it for me today, because I've been filming for like basically an hour. But I hope you guys liked this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.